Hi, and welcome to this Sing by Sight interview. I'm super excited today to be interviewing a dear friend of mine, old friend of mine, wonderful singer and wonderful person, Mr. Tommy Ng. Now, Tommy, hello, and welcome to Sing by Sight.
Hi, Emer.
How are you today, Tommy? Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you. And
okay, brilliant. Well, listen, Tommy, before we chat about anything to do with singing in the real world or anything like that, I would love to chat to you about your background, a little bit about where you're from, how you got into singing and all that sort of stuff. So my first question to you is, Tommy, where are you originally from and how did you get into singing?
Okay, I'm originally from Malaysia, but the eastern part of Malaysia called Sabah. So I'm from a very small town. So it's not got very much to do, to be honest. Yeah, very boring, very quiet town. But tend to be people I love karaoke in that part of the world. So, and from the age of 8, I remember I used to just like take part of the school singing competition, representing school, but I never do well at all when I was younger. Literally, yeah. Because I think my voice is changing and I'm growing up, hitting puberty, and I don't really have like a singing teacher or anything really. And not until about 15 years old, I starting to have a good sense of what my voice should be sounded like.
Yeah.
And just slowly just getting into it, take it more seriously. And yeah, it's just a very quiet town really. But when I was 18, I moved to the capital, which is Kuala Lumpur. I went to college there, did an art degree, which took me 3 years to do that. But also the year before I left, I took part in one of the equivalent to the idol competition in Malaysia. So it's a big national singing competition, and I came third.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, not many people actually know that, yeah. But it was great, actually. But that kind of driven me even more, that made me want to take music a bit more seriously. That's why I decided to leave Malaysia and then I come to London.
Wow.
So that was like 21 years ago.
Wow. Listen, that must have been actually a huge leap for you. I mean, did you know anybody in London or did you just arrive?
None at all. I can probably say I don't even speak English very well back then.
Oh, Tommy, so brave of you. Gosh. Yeah. And
a bit nut.
Yeah, crazy as well. And what was your plan in London then?
Well, for the first couple of years, so I was just kind of like doing this like a working holiday thing, because we're part of the Commonwealth country, so we do allow to come here to work and just kind of sightseeing a little bit.
Yeah.
Also giving me a chance to kind of dive into the English culture and just wanted to see how well can I cope, because I've never been away from home so long, and all by myself, just challenging myself, try to soak in and learn as much as I can, and just try to test myself if I'm actually going to be used to the lifestyle in London as well.
Basically, isn't it?
Exactly. Absolutely. And only until about later on, I started to do a bit of research about where can I, because pop music back then, especially learning pop vocal, there's not many places actually offering a course like that. But I was lucky and I found you.
Yay. We found each other, Tommy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and at the time it was called. I was working at a place called Vocal Tech, which is now part of the BIM Academy of Music Schools. Yeah, and you were one of the students there, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I'm the third batch of student. I remember that.
Yeah.
2002 when that was my first year.
Yeah.
2002. Yeah.
And what was that like studying? I mean, all I can think of is it must have been super scary, but also super exciting, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. I think I had one of the bestest year in my life, to be honest, because just like meeting yourself and many other great tutors, that 1 year, it really opens my eyes and also give myself like a little boost of confidence as well,
Yeah.
because I have never have experience singing in English. And because most of my experience back home, I singing songs in either Mandarin or Cantonese or some Malay. So not much in English, to be honest. So making me like really dive in and learn in such a short amount of time, and to get to where I am today, I felt really, really, just unbelievable in a way.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember rightly, there was a great team of teachers there. I was part of a super duper team. But then, you really must have thrown yourself in at the deep end because, because I mean, to be fair, when I know that when we were teaching, we were talking and we were chatting about things. And I'm assuming, well, I do remember quite a lot of this was a whole new world for you. It's all these different elements, and we spoke about styles. There was classes on styles, classes on performance, ensemble, all that sort of stuff going on. Were you overwhelmed at any point with any of this, Tommy?
At some point, I don't really felt overwhelmed. I felt more excited by it than anything else, actually. Yeah. Because every day, every time when I go to, just like having lessons with you guys, and it was like so much fun. And even though there's a lot of work that we have to do, but I would never complain about it. Yeah,
you were a top student, Tommy. To be honest, you were a top student. Okay, because there was grumbles from the other ones, but you were a top student. And that's what's lovely, actually. I think that's what's come across forever with you is your excitement and your enthusiasm. And I do know that was felt by quite a few of us tutors when you were a student as well. I suppose we were exposing you to so much new stuff.
Yeah. I'm like a little baby in a candy store,
Yeah. yeah. I'm still like that in the candy store.
And I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah. Oh, now listen, we've obviously kept in touch and everything. But, sorry, one thing I did want to mention was, had you ever sight sang or done any sight singing when you started college? Had you ever read music?
Well, I have some very basic piano skill, but very basic. I think I had lessons for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
And that was back in Malaysia?
Back in Malaysia, when I was very young, actually. I remember I was like maybe 12 years old when I had that little lesson.
Yeah.
And I was very young. And then back then the teacher was pregnant. So her temper was she was horrible.
Oh, okay. Ooh, moving on.
Yeah, say no more. Yeah.
Not a good experience.
Not a good experience at all. But however, I remember really vividly, even though during that 3 months, because we have to do a bit of like a bit of theory, how to do how to recognize the notes and how to do the staff and stuff. I can still remember my fingering was still pretty. I can still remember that even after all these years. Really strange.
Fabulous. Fab. Well, I mean, because you're at an age where everything is being soaked up, actually. That's right. I think that's part of the thing, isn't it? When you're younger, approaching a new subject like that you're just taking everything in. So it's nothing terribly new because the whole of life is new. So you absorb a lot more. Yeah. So when we were giving you music to sing then at what was Vocal Tech, you already had a little bit of a background in it then.
Yeah. That's right. I can tell where the C. I mean, all the notes, what they call, where they are. I know all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay. So moving back to where we were before. So when you left college, what was your plan? What did you have in mind?
No plan at all.
Oh, good.
No plan at all. I think I actually I finished. I'm not sure if you remember that. So after I finished the diploma, I went away for 1 year. I went to the ACM and then just for 1 year. And then I returned the year after. And then you were the one who interviewed me as well. You were the one who auditioned me.
Yes.
And then, I still remember it was so much fun. We're just like, okay, it's you. You know what you're doing.
I know you. You're wonderful.
So, and then after 2 years, so 2007, I remember, so that was the year I finished. Pretty much right away, we got a call, which our very beloved Juliet Russell she put me up to one of the audition with Damon Albarn to do one of his opera.
Yeah.
And so we went, I mean, she took a bunch of the students all went to the audition. And then I was one of the few that got picked to do even more recording and also touring with Damon as well.
Fabulous.
So that was really, really good fun. I think that was my first ever big break.
Yeah.
Right after I finished college.
Wonderful. That's the type of progression that everybody wants in their career, because obviously Damon Albarn at that point was taking a break from Blur, and this was his own project, wasn't it? I do remember all this. Yeah,
it was really amazing project because we were there are a bunch of performers, performer actually from China, and the actual musical itself is sung in Mandarin as well. I think that my language skill really come in to very, very handy. So I was able to help everybody else to perfect the diction and stuff, and I felt really useful actually.
Oh, that's so nice actually, when you get a gig and it's a big gig but you think, I'm comfortable, I'm okay, I've got something to offer. That's brilliant. Yeah. Go on, carry on. So what was it like actually on the road?
It was really good because all the music that we've been given as well, obviously this is a side singing gig, so and all the material and it's not your box standard, because there's a lot of time we don't even actually singing like an actual word. It's all the sound that we're making. We are mimicking some of the a weird sound. It's Damon, so he doesn't do ordinary. And all the sound that we have to make, because we have 8 singers at then in the part of the ensemble. 4 of us, so including Juliet and myself and 2 other people, are from more like a pop industry. And the other one is more from the classical part of the world. So it's like a very interesting mix of voices. Some of the sound that we have to create is almost like very euphoric, very like, I don't know, very dreamy, and something that you probably only hear it from when you're in a trance or something almost. And for us to literally have to read some of the pieces and also making all the sound, I think without the skill of sight singing, I don't think I'll be able to do the gig at all. Even though back then I'm just like fresh off the boat, my sight singing skill is I was just okay. Just okay, but without the skill or the knowledge of being able to sight read, I'll be completely lost, to be honest.
I mean, I think gigs like that where there is a set standard, you've got to. I mean, as much as you are an asset helping with everybody's pronunciation and their diction and everything, there are so many elements to every job. Your time management, and then actually to be able to read the music and then perform the music. That is important. And it's nice just to feel comfortable with every part of a job, so that you should be there. You're the right person to be there. And so where did that lead you then when you came off tour, when you finished your tour with Damon?
I would remember after I finished the tour, I went home for a little bit, just for holiday. And in the middle of the holiday, I remember you called me up.
Sorry.
No. Actually, I'm so grateful. Literally halfway through, in fact, Barbara was the one who called me up and said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at home. I'm back in Malaysia." And you are the one who said that you need someone to you need a new teacher to start at ICMP. So asked me to send in my CV immediately. I make it happen anyway. And then 2 months later, I was working under you.
Yay. It was, and those were early days at ICM. Now that's the Institute of Contemporary Music Performance, another place.
2008.
Fantastic. And that was just starting. And Barbara Percy is another wonderful colleague of yours, ex-student, fantastic singer. So yes, come on board and teaching. What was it like being the other side then, doing the teaching? Did you enjoy that?
I actually very never ever in my life. I mean, I do think about it because my dad is the teacher, so it's kind of something that I used to seeing him perform as a role of the teacher, and that kind of felt quite natural to me. The only problem, I think the only challenging things that I found is because all the material, I wasn't given any like time to prepare at all. Literally went in, throw me a bunch of material. Next week, there you go.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was hugely in at the deep end, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think just like taking one thing at a time, you know. So again, it's also another challenging something that I thought, if I can do this, you know, I know that it would not be easy, but I know that I do know what to do and try to make it happen, I think. And I'll probably make a lot of mistakes, you know, throughout in the process, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the thing is, I would never have asked you if I didn't think you couldn't. I thought you couldn't cope, but also you're at such a level whereby mistakes, when they're made, you just think, oh, actually, it's this, or you know, it's that confidence and it's that experience and it's that maturity, isn't it? That basically, even if you say something and you think, oh, actually, no, 10 minutes later, you think, no, guys, let's recap on that. Let's just cover that again. I didn't explain it properly, or I said something, I misspoke. And so that type of thing, I don't think anybody minds anybody making a mistake. It's the same when you're sight singing. Just don't make it the second time. That's the type of thing, isn't it? You know?
Spot on right there, yeah. I think it's about learning from your mistake, you know, like same as sight singing as well. I know that, I'm actually reading the wrong stuff. I thought, why do I do that? So next time I will make all the highlight everything so that I don't make the same mistake again. You know?
Yeah. Big crosses all over the music.
Exactly.
Now listen, what other jobs have you done then that you've really enjoyed, that have pushed you and challenged you with your sight singing, but also as a vocalist? What else have you been involved with, Tommy?
Yeah, so in the last couple of years, in fact, I no longer teaching, but I still teach privately. But I took on more performance job, you know, doing session and doing live gigs. And so that is kind of something that I really wanted to get out there and do more, just to kind of, because I am a performer in my blood, you know. So I think most recently that we have to mention that I did one of the job for Art Skates. We do a film score at the Air Studios. So that was really excited as well.
Yeah, it's great. And I know we won't name the project, but so just tell us, what was the process then? You obviously got the call. To go to Air Studios. So what's it like walking into the studio then and thinking to yourself, I have to sight sing?
Terrifying. No, I'm kidding. But the thing is, because I remember getting the call from Annie is it's a surprise, because personally we don't really know each other. But we do have common friends like yourself and David and a lot of other people who I know personally. And walked into that place and knowing we had to do all the COVID, you know, thing as well. That is stressful enough. But it was luckily the night before we do, Annie did send us the score. So I do get a chance to kind of read through it and practicing a little bit. So that actually given me so much more confidence and to walk in. But if I can share you a little secret, I have to say, I did get a little like panic attack.
Oh, wow.
I did.
Oh, Tommy, you're so good. But listen, that happens, doesn't it? That does happen. You kind of get, again, I'll use that word because for me, that kind of word sums it up. It's overwhelmed, a little bit overwhelmed with things.
Absolutely.
But did you find that your training and everything else just got you through it? You go into professional mode and you do the job.
Absolutely. I think when that happened, we were doing our sound check. So every single person that kind of taking turn to do the sound check. And when it was my turn, I think I'm just like so drawn because everybody's such a great singer in that group. All the voices is so beautiful. I think I kind of got distracted a little bit, I have to say. So sorry, Annie.
It's all right, she won't mind.
So when I was kind of listening to one singer, and then when it's my turn, I think my ear are so drawn into her part. I started to sing her part instead of my part.
And did you manage to stop and rescue it and everything?
Very kindly, and he said, "This is your starting note." I was like, "All right." Oh no.
The dreaded
And
starting note.
Yep. So that is the point when I thought, okay, focus. I literally, that was, I put on my sight reading hat. I said, just read whatever is in front of you.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? It is true. And it's that thing of actually being able to block everything out and say, no, this is the job. And I think, when you're performing on stage, then you can be all quite explosive and quite enigmatic and quite expressive. But when you're sight singing, it's focusing, and you have to allow your voice to have the emotion and give the performance. But also there's a lot of you that's just saying, this is a different job. I've got a different hat on today.
Absolutely. So I think once I want that moment, when I turn on that light, I thought, okay, just read whatever is in front of you. And everything else afterwards, it went really, really swimmingly. I thought, oh, thank God.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Well, listen, and also because of COVID, actually, were you all on separate microphones?
Yeah. We have all partitioned, and we're not even allowed to kind of go around to mingle with other people. If the Paulie was sitting right next to me, we kind of have to speak with him, like from a distance. So it was a really different experience in a way, and but I'm glad that I got the chance to experience it. Yeah,
and I mean that is actually, I mean, I know lots of people will say, well, you're singing by yourself anyway, so why is it when you're kind of put in this individual situation, is it more scary? Well, it is, because when you're in a group, you, without realizing it, you do lean on others, you feed off each other's for a little bit of inspiration, and also stylistically, you kind of feed off each other, and energy you feed off. So when you're in this confined booth, that totally changes the dynamic. Is that what you found?
I think finding about, especially when you're singing as an ensemble as well, because we're so used to but I think having all the channel and headphones, we do a lot. We can actually adjust the level of which part that you want to hear a bit more. That kind of makes things a little bit easier. But I think not having the people are so close together, I think that experience is very different as well. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So did you find then, or how much do you find sight singing as a skill is important in your career as a vocalist? It's rather important, I have to say. And because I also do a lot of very tight harmony kind of gigs as well. Sometimes like some of the pentatonic stuff, I do quite a lot of those stuff. So there's one of the gig that I had done in Sweden is a gospel gig. So we basically did all the numbers from Handel Messiah, A Soulful Celebration. And those are very heavily and very interesting arrangement, and it's really, really great to sing as well. And I remember singing one of the song with another, we are a group of singers, the five of us from London. And we did one of the part which is originally sung by Take Six and Stevie Wonder. Oh, not difficult at all. Not at all. I think not at all. I was like, oh wow, and it's a cappella also. I thought, oh wow, this some of the arrangement and all the note, it doesn't make any sense at all. But I thought, wow, and I just have to trust the process. Like just read whatever is it, even though it sounds wrong in my ear. But just read it. Because you find that with those Take Six arrangements actually as well. For those of you out there who don't know, Take Six are an absolutely amazing American vocal group. Amazing, check them out. But the parts by themselves can sometimes feel really weird. So if you're practicing at home, you're singing this line and you're thinking, this isn't even a vocal line, this makes no sense. Then you get it together with the group and you think, oh, I can hear where I sit. I can hear where I fit in. But even then you're thinking, I'm still clashing, but you've just, like you say, you've got to go with it. So you found that your sight singing skills are useful, and it is quite important for you then as a singer. It's very important, in fact. Even though a lot of my gigs, I don't really need to sight read, but whenever we've been given, because I do a lot of recording work as well. Sometimes some of the recording job, they just send us the track and then we just have to pick it up from the recording. But those are quite dangerous in a way, because whoever may be recording the demo might not always sing in the right pitch, they may be a bit pitchy. And if we have the score right in front of us, and then I know that exactly what I need to do, that would be, it's like a very safety blanket for any vocalist, I think.
Yeah. It is. And I mean, you don't have to be the world's best sight singer either, do you? You just have to have a solid awareness of how to get yourself from A to B in a vocal part, And it's that thing, because I mean, I have spoken to you about this before, Tommy, that people have said to me, oh, and I don't bother learning sight singing because I'm never going to be brilliant. But that is not the point. There is, you don't have to be brilliant to be able to use that as a skill to put yourself forward for work or for it to help you with the work you already do. Do you feel that that is the case?
Absolutely. It's like speaking a language, even though you can speak very broken English, but as long as you speak some, you can still communicate with other people.
Yeah, perfect.
So same with singing as well. I remember that. Yeah.
Great analogy, Tommy. Now, just before we finish, I do want to speak to you about, you've got a single coming out, haven't you? I want you to give that a little bit of a plug. Can you just explain about the single?
Well, the single is called Blue Monday. So it is a cover. Yeah. So it's myself with a group of very, very gifted singers. And most of them are from the tech school as well. Great singers. Yeah, we're just kind of like getting together. I mean, it's just great fun we did actually work together many times before the COVID started. We do a few sessions, we do like backing vocal on some of the gigs, for example, like the Michael McIntyre, The Big Show. So we did backing vocal on that. And so I think that once we kind of worked together, we just felt, actually, this is a great group of people. We don't really feel like we're actually working when we're together. It's just like friends hanging around. And this is something because like in the past 16 months or so, we hasn't really been able to sing together. And we thought it was such a good idea to put something together as well. Yeah. And then it's going to be releasing very soon. And the music video is coming out on the 15th of August as well. So
15th of August. And is the release date the 30th of July? Am I right?
Yep, that's right. The single is out. Yeah. Okay. Available on iTunes and also on Spotify.
Oh, brilliant. And it's Blue Monday. And what's the name of the vocal group?
Ensemble.
And you've got a really special guest. Oh, hang on. Who's your special guest?
SK Shlomo.
Oh, fantastic.
He's a great beatboxer, so we love him.
Yeah. And you've done a video for it as well, I believe, haven't you?
That's right. Oh,
brilliant. Well, listen, Tommy, what I will do is when this video goes on YouTube, anyone who's watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link below. So please click where it says more info or whatever. If you're watching it on a computer, if you're watching it on a phone, it's difficult to get that up. But if you're watching this on a laptop or a computer or anything, click show more, and I'll put all the details for how you can buy the single and also maybe a YouTube link or something for it, Tommy. Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, listen, thank you so much for chatting, Tommy. Is there anything else you want to say, actually? Is there anything else you want to say about maybe learning to sight sing or... how any tips for students or anything?
Never afraid of sight singing. And then it's never too late to start either. Yeah. So do whatever you can, and even though you think that is you, like you say, you might not be able to do it as a grade 8 level, but anything is better than nothing. Yeah. Something is better than nothing.
Yes.
And I definitely encourage everyone to do that.
Oh, fantastic, Tommy. Thank you so much. And listen, you're a star. Thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Loads of love, Tommy.
Thank you.